live in quiet spaces, in corners no one else would see. Memorized the cracks in ceilings so nothing could memorize me. I counted every slam door heartbeat, every name they'd throw like stones. I told myself I didn't need it, didn't need a place called home. They say the castle's full of magic, but magic's just another word for something beautiful and fragile that disappears if it is heard. I wasn't meant for being wanted, I was meant for standing by. So when the train door opened slowly, I didn't even try. But she sat down like I was normal, like silence wasn't something strange. She talked as if the world was gentle, like people didn't change. She didn't flinch at careful answers, didn't stare at where I hide. She just smiled and said, "You look alone," and moved to sit beside. That was the first time I felt something shift inside. Like maybe I wasn't invisible, maybe I could try. Maybe I'm not just the spare one or the shadow left behind. Maybe there's a table somewhere with a space that could be mine. The hat said Slytherin like thunder, like I'd been sorted wrong. The whispers moved in silver circles, Potter doesn't belong. I stood there like I always do, prepared to disappear. But someone pulled a chair out calmly, like my presence was sincere. He didn't smile like it was kindness, didn't sneer like it was sport. He simply said, "Well, obviously, like doubt was far too short." And when the stares grew sharp as daggers, he didn't step aside. He met their eyes and held the silence and stayed there at my side. And that was the first time someone didn't let me fall, didn't measure me in rumors, didn't measure me at all. Maybe I'm not just a headline or a scar I have to hide. Maybe there's a house that chose me, and I don't have to divide. She watched the way I stirred the potion, like precision was an art, like memory was something brilliant, not a curse inside my heart. She spoke in careful observations, like facts were something kind. You read ahead, she said so softly, "You've got a brilliant mind." No one's ever said it like that, without suspicion in their tone. She said it like discovery, like finding something known. She fought like fire in winter, like fearless wasn't loud. She caught the way I flinched before spells, like she'd seen that in a crowd. She said, "You watch for exits first," like it wasn't something weak, like survival wasn't shameful, like silence didn't speak. She offered me her hand, like it wasn't something rare, like choosing someone on purpose was a thing that people dare. If they knew the names I've answered to, if they knew the things I've heard, But somewhere between the train car and the silver serpent's grin, I stopped expecting silence, stopped preparing for goodbye, stopped assuming I was something that you love and then deny. And that was the first time I wasn't standing on my own, not because I needed saving, but because I had been known. Not the star one, not the shadow, not the secret to confide, just a girl who found a table and was asked to sit inside. And maybe I'll still hide a little, maybe I still guard my side.